Coming up on Look Today, well, the Jefferson Project network installation nears completion on Lake George. I've got details. And as temperatures begin to drop, Code Blue Shelter in Saratoga Springs prepares for a busy season. More on that coming up. And Ben's Book Kiosk Station is donated to the town of Granville. I've got those details. It's all ahead on Look Today. Welcome everyone, I'm Jay Hood Jackson and this is Look Today. In tonight's program, I sit down with Pete Bardonius. He's the president and CEO of the Chamber of Southern Saratoga County. He's here to talk about the Chamber and economic development. I also sit down with George Regan. He's the event director for the Troy Turkey Trot, and we're joined by Mark Quant. He's the executive director for the Regional Food Bank of Northeastern New York. They're here to talk about the upcoming 5 and 10K races on Thanksgiving morning to benefit the food bank. Plus, we have your weather for the Tri-North counties, but first, these headline stories. Well, in our lead story, a high-tech sensor network for Lake George is nearing completion. It's called the Jefferson Project. It's a partnership between Rensselaer Polytech Institute and IBM Research and the Fund for Lake George. Now, the project received a grant for $917,000 3 years ago from the National Science Foundation. Now, the network is designed to protect the lake by gathering information such as stream runoff, rainfall, and currents. And the network will consist of about 41 smart sensor platforms that will collect about 9 terabytes of data a year. We spoke to Rick Relia. He's the director of the Jefferson Project.
So the Jefferson Project is the most advanced technological project to understand freshwater ecosystems. And that means we bring together advanced sensors that are networked around the lake. We use experiments to understand the human activities and what they do to the lake. And then we use computer models to understand what different scenarios may happen to the lake in the future.
In other news, well, as temperatures start to drop, colder nights are ahead for us. And the Code Blue Shelter in Saratoga Springs has been open for the past few nights because, believe it or not, the temperatures dropped below 30 degrees. Well, the shelter is now operating at its new location at the Soul Saving Church Station on Henry Street in Saratoga. And this after Governor Cuomo raised the threshold of 20 degrees to 32 degrees for a Code Blue shelter to be open. So they had to seek new facilities to accommodate its expanded need. We spoke to Cheryl Ann Murphy-Parent. She's the director of Code Blue Shelters of Saratoga.
Well, they're working out great. Everything's coming together. We went ahead and opened on the 6th was our first night open. We had about 15, 16 people, and they stayed. We worked out fine, had volunteers.
Switching from news to weather. Well, today started with beautiful sunshine, and then the rain came pouring down mid-afternoon, and you can expect rain tonight. For a more detailed look at our weather, let's head to the Glens Falls Weather Center for a look at your first forecast. Back to the news. Well, during Granville's Veterans Day Parade this past weekend, another Ben's Book Kiosk Station was donated to downtown Granville. Now, the donation is in honor of Ben Osborne. He was an Army corporal who passed away in combat in Afghanistan in 2010. Now, according to Ben's dad, the idea of the station is to provide books for kids and adults at a convenient location. And we spoke to Bill Osborne, the father of Ben.
We have 11 up and working, and the success has just been fantastic. Kids from all over are accessing these. We have some that target just preschool kids. We have some that just target grade school kids. And then we have many that are for all ages.
Up next, I sit down with Pete Bardonius. He's the president and CEO of the Chamber of Southern Saratoga County. He's here to talk about the Chamber and economic development. Plus, I also sit down with George Regan. He's the event director for the Troy Turkey Trot, and we're joined by Mark Quant. He's the executive director for the Regional Food Bank of Northeastern New York. They're here to talk about the upcoming 5 and 10K race on Thanksgiving morning to benefit the food bank. But first, if you see news happening, you want to share a story idea. How about join us for an interview? Give us a call on the hotline. The number is 798-8000. Well, that's all the time we have for this edition of Look Today. We're short on time, so only one look out. How about that full moon last night? Biggest one in 70 years, and I have a feeling that I may not be around for the next one. You should see the people. Everybody was out cheering and yelling, big moon. Tonight on Look TV, it's a Queensbury Town Board meeting. And don't forget, tune in tomorrow night for the stories that matter to you. Good night, everyone.